Sick as a fucking dog right now. Apologize if my voice is a little fucked up. How convenient is this, right? Try to settle a debate once and for all. We've got a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, half on a roll, half on an everything bagel, lightly toasted. It's been a point of, topic of heavy debate as of late amongst myself and peers about which is superior. So I'm gonna try each, critique each, try to be as unbiased as possible. Though admittedly I am going into this with a bit of a bias. We'll get to that later. Before these get too cold, start with the roll. Looks fantastic as usual, You get a little stuff coming out of the back, but it's to be expected. Okay. No comment yet. I'm gonna go back to back, and then I'm gonna speak on it. There you go. A little tighter for whatever reason. I think that's just kind of left to chance. Let me start out by saying that it's hard to go wrong with this sandwich in reality because all the ingredients are so good. But I'm just going to describe my journey through masticating each of these respective sandwiches, and I'll start with the roll. So when you bite into the roll, it's a roll, like it's kind of dry. I don't know if some places maybe butter it a little bit or something. I don't know. They have a special roll. I'm sure. I know some places have like a special muffin that they use, or some places, tend to use bagels. It's a dry roll, and you get a lot of it. I mean, if you look at this, maybe this wasn't the best constructed one, but in my experience, a bodega is a bodega, so like kind of get what you get. When it hits my area in here, it's just a lot of roll. It doesn't taste bad. It's just, that's the feeling of it. It's like I got a lot of roll, and then the flavors come in. Bacon, cheese, eggs. Hard to really mess that up. But it's just worth noting that like it's bready. It's a bready bite. Not a bad thing. Kaiser rolls taste good, but that's what I noted. This is lightly toasted, so the first thing I got, the bread is kind of compacted down. You see, I don't know if they do that specifically because they know some of the sandwiches kind of fall apart, and that was one of the criticisms that was made against the bagel, was that you kind of bite down on the top of the bagel and everything shoots out. I think that can happen with a roll too, but I do understand that a roll has, a bit more, it's a bit more malleable, so it kind of like conforms to the bite more than reacts to it. It's not like a, it's just more malleable, and that makes sense that things would stay cohesive through the bite. I don't know how much value I put in that personally. I haven't had so many experiences of ingredients shooting out from a bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese to make me think like, oh, well, this is never gonna work. What I will note is that, another criticism made against a bagel was that it was chewy. I don't get that at all. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even know how to describe this. Maybe that criticism is made versus a regular bagel with like cream cheese. I don't know. It's bread. Like you want crunchy bread? I don't understand what that kind of criticism is, but I'm just revisiting it here. A bagel is more rigid. It's less malleable than a Kaiser roll, and because of that, it doesn't fill as much space in your mouth. The other ingredients have kind of close to equal real estate in your mouth so that the flavors kind of come in all at the same time, which personally I enjoy. Some people might like a more layered effect, like you get the Kaiser, and then the savory of the bacon comes in, and then maybe that's probably for somebody else, but for me, I like it all at once. And the thing that tops it off for me doesn't have to be an everything bagel. That's a personal preference, but for me, I like the seasoning on top of the everything bagel adds kind of to the complexity of the bacon, egg, and cheese experience, if you will. Kaiser roll doesn't have any real notable flavor qualities, which I think makes it a good vessel for bacon, egg, and cheese. So I would say, like, if your ingredients are so killer, like you claim you got better than normal eggs, better than, thick cut hickory smoked bacon, whatever, the best cheese, maybe then you don't want the everything bagel. I'll say in that case, you probably don't want more complexity. But right now, we're focusing on sort of run of the mill, any bodega, any bagel shop, standard ingredients. The Kaiser is rock solid. There's space for more there. That's what I would say. Like, I'd compare this to like a turkey sandwich. Turkey sandwiches in your little Ziploc bag that your mom packs for you to take to school. That's fine. That's a good sandwich. It's going to give you some sustenance. It's going to be good. But there's tons of ways to level up a turkey sandwich that don't detract from like the classic quality of the turkey sandwich. And I think that's kind of the criticism against a bagel, in addition to the other things, is that it's like less is more. And I think it's like this Kaiser roll has enough things and doesn't have too much going on to where it detracts from this classic sandwich. I don't know. I was going to say New York, but it's probably not a New York thing. But I would disagree with that. I actually think that the bagel levels it up. Not so much that it's like a sophisticated thing, but I just think it takes it to the level where it deserves to be. Noting the criticisms that don't toast a bagel, well, I think lightly toasted is okay. Another criticism was that when you toast a bagel, it's like scraping the roof of your mouth or something like that. But the same group of peers also gave me the criticism that it was too chewy. I don't know how those two, so you get a rigid shell and a chewy innards. That's fine. I mean, I'll say maybe I have like a stronger mouth or maybe a less sophisticated palate, but I've never noted those things. I've never had a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel that tore up the inside of my mouth or made me chew so much that I was like, couldn't get through it, like a tough steak or something like that. It just never jumped out to me. I mean, the Kaiser roll is chewy as hell. Let's keep it a buck here. I don't want to knock the Kaiser roll because there's even a little sweet element to the Kaiser that I think does enhance. I think it is the perfect bread for this type of thing because it's not doing a lot. It's not doing too much. It's not getting in the way. So if you have great ingredients, it's a fantastic way to not mess up a good thing. But that's not to say that it makes the bacon, egg, and cheese all that it can be. I think the bagel, in my humble opinion, elevates the bacon, egg, and cheese to where it should be. And that would be my final stance on this comparison here. These are granular differences. These are both fantastic. But in my opinion, the bagel takes it to S tier, Kaiser, high A tier. No other tiers really matter here. Reading the room, it sounds like Kaiser is probably at least 75% of the populace might be going that direction, and I totally understand that. I don't mind being in the minority at all. But if you want to elevate the bacon, egg, and cheese, and I get salt, pepper, and ketchup, that's a debate for another time, to where it should be, I think you gotta get a bagel. Everything bagel, that might be a little strong. That's my thing. Sesame, probably very safe choice. I think you could even do plain. Poppy, I don't like dealing with the poppies, and then if you get, how the drug test thing works, and there's poppies in this too, so you're failing the drug test no matter what. But a lot of bagels, egg everything. That's fun. That's fun for you. Yeah. Oh fuck.